Friends, I welcome you all to this session on personality development. As you know that this subject, personal development, is offered by university for PG students in the second semester as an open elective course. This is taught for 4 hours per week and you have 3 credits. And in the previous class, we discussed something about your personal development course on online basis. As you look into this, the question which arises in my mind, or it may be true with you also, that one thing that I am trying to ask the anatomical experts is, as the heart got the mind of its own. I discussed this about this in the previous live stream class, and it is a desire. Heart wish to have everything, but mind will keep control. It says if you do by yourself to get everything which you desire, you will be get hurt, then I have to suffer. So this subject, personal development, has been offered to the students mainly to understand about the self, yourself, and from that how can you improve or develop your personality. And there are various factors which are responsible for your behavior, one's behavior. We can say behavior is caused, or behavior elicits from a cause or a stimuli. Stimuli is something to which human being is sensitive. It may be either internal or external. Internal or external. This slide depicts that the individual behavior or behavior of man has been influenced by two set of factors, one the person related and other one the situation or environment related. And it is said that behavior is the function of that person or personality and the environment. Function of P into E. So as regards a person is concerned, its skill and ability. As you know, you learn this subject for the knowledge sake. So knowledge which is imparted from one person to another, and you can get it from lot of sources. And the skill at which you apply this into a practical situation is called abilities. And this knowledge, skill and ability together can be or constitutes as a competency. The another component in the competency is the attitude. Though you have knowledge, skill and ability, if you don't have the right attitude, you may not respond. So skill and ability and personality of a person, perceptions, the speed and form of one's perceptual perceptual ability, and attitude, that is readiness of one's mind to accept or not to accept, to favor or not to favor, like, and the values what he carries for his life, and the morality in his practices, his ethics. Then environment related, like organization for which you work, each organization has its own culture. Within that boundary or framework you need to work. Then work group, how you are influenced by others, colleagues, peers, when you are working in the midst of others. And the job, a very job, the type and profile of a job, which also cause is a cause for your behavior. If you feel it is very happy, if it is job is like a play, you'll be very happy. and you contribute, you involve, you enjoy high moral and the personal life. You might have heard of a concept like uh, life, that is balancing of work and life, work life balance is a concept. It is very difficult. One need to have a high degree of self monitoring to balance this. So in this, the major component for one's behavior, it is the action, how you respond for a particular cause, is uh, majorly influenced by his personality. That is why we better to know, understand the concept personality before uh, discussing the other aspects given in the syllabus. This picture depicts that different person's brain consists of different features. It means the brain capacity and style and this, whatever they possess inside brain differs. That's why personality of each person differs, and it is a from unique and different from others. And different persons as defined. Uh, McKinnon defines personality. He says personality refers to factors inside people that explain their behavior. You see, most of time when you are asked what do you mean by personality, most of the time you take only the physical features or how a person appears to others as a personality. In fact, it is only a part, not the personality. Personality in the sense, uh, how you appear to another or how one appears to other, and what he possesses inside, and how this self, whatever he possesses inside, uh, reacts to the external world. So that is in his definition, he says factors inside people that explain their behavior. Or it is a sum total of product of typical ways of acting, thinking, and feeling. See, acting, that is expression, which is observable. Thinking, one thinks in his brain or mind, thinking process in mind, and feeling usual in the heart. So based on this thinking and feeling, you act. You can say acting or behavior is influenced by thinking and feeling of a person, and that way in which he act, think, and be feel will make his different and unique from others. So certain terms related to personality, like personality, a person's internally based characteristic way of acting and thinking. Character, personal characteristics that have been judged or evaluated, which can be seen and evaluated, judged. If required, can be asked or meant to change it. Temperament, most of hereditary aspects of personality, including sensitivity, how sensitive, and one's mood, irritability, and distractibility. That's some will concentrate, some can't concentrate, like temperament. Personality traits. Traits is nothing but a bundle, group of characteristics having a similar nature characteristics together will be called as a particular trait. Stable qualities that a person shows in most of the situations. So, say for example, when you are aggressive, you will be aggressive, class, examination, workplace, in any case. If you are, say, very calm, you show that calmness everywhere. That's what the trait of a person or personality trait, which will be depicted, shown in almost all situations, or less same. If you are hardworking, you will be hardworking when during your student life, later when you become employee, and later when you start your own enterprise and become entrepreneur. Wherever you go, you will be hardworking, right? Then personality type, people who have several traits in common are called as a type of person. Then characteristics of personality, it is dynamic, ever changing. Personality, since it is ever changing, are subject to change, you can change your personality and develop. Personality develop. Then psychophysic. Personality includes both physical as well as psychological aspect. So it is a psychophysical setup or system. Then organized and integrated. Organized means different aspects it takes, and it will be woven in a particular way. and with some logic and rationality, then it becomes uh, personal personality. Then unique, the specific features in every individual which makes him different from all others. The adjustment to environment, personality or life, you can say, is nothing but adjustment to environment. Then self-conscious, only for human being, no other animals. And the social, developed through social interaction, how social you are. Based on that, you can have a classification of personality as introverts and extroverts. In the later chapters you study about that. So these are all different meanings. So internal aspect includes one's values, learning and attitude. External aspect includes one's height, weight, facial feature, color, etc. Then Alport has given is one who could identify more than 5,000 words to explain the characteristics of the person. Characteristics of person. These characteristics, which are in num- large number, will be reduced into lesser traits based on some techniques, maybe like a factor analysis. Norman, one who has given such a equation. So personality is a dynamic organization within the individual, what inside. We can't see and understand, but it plays makes a very fantastic thing. Those psychophysical system that determines his characteristics and behavior and thought. See what you have the physical as well as physical, maybe body type. Then psychological system hovering in the individual makes his personality, and based on accordingly he behave and his thinking process will be influenced. And again he says personality is a relatively stable set of characteristics that influence an individual's behavior. Stable in the sense which a person possesses for a fairly longer period and in all situations he shows. And it is a subjective phenomena. Personality is a purely individual concern, subjective concern. That's why it differs and unique. So personality is a dynamic organism within the individual of those psych- psychological system that determine his unique adjustment to his environment. Golden Albert has given. So Robbins' definition says personality is the sum total of ways in which an individual refers to and act within with others. So facts to be considered when defining personality. Individuals are unique. It has come earlier also. Individuals behave differently in different situations. Differently in different situations. That's why this subject, maybe like organic behavior or human relations, has emerged as a discipline. Although individuals are unique and behave inconsistently, differently across situations, means they show different behavior, behave differently according to different situations. There is a considerable commonality in human behavior. That commonality, whatever possessed by the person, makes his personality a unique and different. Then determinants of personality. I hope till this we discussed in the previous live class. So there are a lot of factors which decides. Determinants are what determines personality. As you may, it is a debating issue whether personality is inborn or acquired later. Some are arguing that it is inborn, that charismatic charisma, that is usually from birth. Say Gandhi had such, or sometimes such celebrities who have, or leaders who have a charismatic personality, that definitely uh, taken from birth. Maybe some of the physical qualities, height, color, complexion, even say um, style of hairstyle, walking style, talking style, melody of voice. These are all mostly of say hereditarily transmitted and are uh, say passed from one, I mean from forefathers to next gender or their offsprings. And certain thing like all other, maybe attitude, mm, perceptual level or capacity, intelligence, wisdom, feeling, thinking, sensation, these are all usually acquired. So certain qualities of persons are inherited by birth and some are acquired. Hence, we can conclude that both personality is inborn as well as or partly inborn and partly taken by acquired later. So physical characteristics, hereditary, brain capacity, then religion, cultural influence or influence of family, parents, or social experiences makes one person to behave differently. So personality determines first one heredity and biological factor related with this biology. One is a physique, height, that is stature, or color complexion. All these physical features which are normally transmitted from forefathers to or ancestors to offsprings. Then intelligence to certain extent is inborn and it is taken from birth and hereditary. Then sex difference definitely you know that chromosome X and XX and XY. The combination of XX makes a female and XY so male. And then nervous system maybe the sensation. Say nervous system consists two. One is a central nervous system and other peripheral nervous system. When you encounter with a certain cause, you know, you give immediate response to that. That is called sensation. Say for example, when you touch the switchboard and you get some special experience and immediately ouch shout, you know. When others asked what happened to you, you say shock, just shock. But the first expression or immediate expression, you know, that is not from central nervous system, that is from peripheral nervous system. Say when your leg dashes to the desk or leg dashes to the stone, you will take back the leg or you ouch or you shout or sometimes you extend the lower leg when stuck to bench and all. So these are all immediate response is called a sensation. Then after some time, you know, when asked what happened, then you say nothing happened. I got little bit of shock. That's all. And that is from central nervous system. See, we have sensory organs through which we sense the environment. We take the bits of information and feed into this system. This system is called uh, cognitive system. Cognitive system, like a computer, where in the computer CPU every processing happens, like in the human body, it happens. So nervous system both peripheral and chemical organization. It means chemistry, chemical uh, responses for any situation. That is all hereditary and biological. And biological personality dimensions are influenced by genes. Brain imaging procedure show that extroverts ask stimulation because their normal brain arousal is relatively low. Genes also influence our temperament and behavioral style. Difference in different children's shyness and inhibition may be attributed to automatic nervous system reactivity. So even in this case, you know, brain capacity, human brain which has a tremendous capacity. It is said that our research reveals that even in case of Nobel Prize winners or laurels, you know, around 13 to 17% of total mind capacity will be utilized. When you compare you with such a Nobel laurels, you can see how much of your brain capacity has been utilized. It may be 0 point and after one after few zeros percentage utilized. So this brain capacity and thinking speed, intelligence, this also maybe through heredity. Then personal determinants, second point environment related. First one heredity and biological system, second environmental, their family, influence of family. It is said that mane modala patasale for and it is the home and parents who uh, nurtures, or you can say the situation or nature nurtures one's personality. Influence of family, geography, depending upon the climate and regional qualities, you know, personality, it will have a profound influence on one's personality. And life pattern, you can take it as a lifestyle, uh, working class, executive or such officials class and their children, how uh, they are read and they develop a personality definitely differs. Yeah, childhood experiences makes him very industrious, or it makes he create sometimes shyness and all. It is said that as per the leading psychologist Sigmund Freud, he says children should be left free to play during their play age 3 to 6. But what happens today in this present education system, instead of allowing a child to play during play age, it will be put in kindergarten, and we can say inside the cage, where they will have a syllabus for their fun games, or even for any of such a plays. There is a syllabus. It is very bad, allowing the students to play with the syllabus. But when they are left free to play, think and play during play age, such child will grow very industrious. Later they will become adventurous and they take greater risk. Then neighborhood influence, definitely it will have friends influence, school, media, clothes, culture. All these will have a personality, or I can say profound influence on the one's personality. See, culture, it says when you behave sometimes rudely or badly, you say, oh, it shows. Or when you quarrel with your friends or parents, they say it shows your culture, the culture in which you born and all. It's not you, that culture. Or some dressing pattern, these are all uh, matters a lot. Next, personality and environment. Yes. Then fourth one, personality determines. Third one, emotional reactions. Emotional reactions actually from feelings from heart, expression from heart, aspirations, interest, desires. Sometimes desires makes a person very crazy and makes him to be very stringent or very lavish, like may become miser, or say very liberal spending person. Then aptitude in this sense, the rate with which you involve in particular activity, and the attitude is readiness to farm, and it is readiness to take. It is said that attitude is a bedrock for one's bedrock in one's life, and um, if properly say, um, I mean, it is not inborn and all, it can be changed. So what is required is very positive attitude. Sometimes, as the attitudes are learned, a person's with negative attitudes can be changed. That attitude change is possible. Then interest. Say some building, for a common man it is just a building, but for a person having artistic interest, or for an architect, it is a big um, say point or big place for their research and study. Then motivation is the rate at which you are being motivated or you motivate others. Then intellectual level, IQ level. And the next one, maybe it has come, the socialization and say socialization process. Socialization process takes when you mingle with your family members, parents, friends, schools, media. Now that too, print media plus social media and all. It will have a definitely influence. You can say the social media will have a profound influence on one's personality, and the way of socialization. When you are left free to grow, you will socially become more chance of becoming extroverts. And there are certain religion, it also lays down. In certain religion, ladies are not supposed to show their face, even they are not allowed to mingle with others freely. In some religion, it will be very free, and some case of even in some Hindu Orthodox family, ladies are not supposed to allow to enter even the general hall. And it will have, and culture, as I told, definitely it have, religion has. Then process of identification in the sense, say child starts imitating the others with whom it has a trust and a caretaker. Most of the time, child will immediate its parents and grandparents, especially grannies and all, walking style and other talking style and all. So this process, through this process, that maybe through the process of internalization, when you have something in your mind as a model, and you can try to take the qualities of model from model to you. That process of drawing um, qualities from the model or your idols to your personality is called internalization. So then the language, even you can see how language, there are certain language very smooth and there are some harsh, looks like very hard, and depending upon this language which they speak, we can identify. I say it's language to have a strong influence on one's personality. Thank you. This all about this video, and next video will take up, say, self discovery and other things.